Oh, hello, how you guys doing today? Great to see all of you here. How does the universe work on an electromagnetic spectrum wave, Mark? Some questions I'm just going through. Is there such a thing as inner and outer reality? How to get the best out of the universe for my manifestations? So great questions there. So the universe works on a whole with magnetism. The more magnetic you can be, the more you can experience like the stuff you desire or the stuff that you want. Now, you don't really want something. That's not what the game is about. You just, well, okay, make it simple. It's not what you want. It's what you want to experience. When you want to experience something, that's when you're on the flow channel with the universe. So the things we do in our lives is not because we really want them. It's because it gives us a feeling that's tied to an experience. So it's the thing that we want to experience. When you experience something, you are in the flow with it. When you want something, you are in resistance or lack with it. That's the universe stuff. I'm just showing you how this thing operates. Okay. The next component is that you have to be a good networker. You got to learn to network with the universe. You got to learn to build your connections. Your connections are your inner thoughts and your inner emotions, your feelings. You see, there are different networks. A network, a group of, networking. You say, oh, I want to network with these individuals. Well, the universe is just like that. You got different networks, just like channels, different realities, different experiences. It's an energy-based field we occupy. Now, check this out. You and I, we have the lowest version of the universe right now. There are different versions of the universe. In other words, our reality where we're living right now is probably the lowest version. And the reason is because a lot of the universe is cut off from us, man. We only get to see 3% of the real deal. So it's like, you get those internet packages. You get the slow package deal that gives you like a slow bandwidth. Then you got the high definition super fast package that you can see everything coming in. Well, unfortunately, we got the low package deal. So if you want to upgrade to the super fast package where you get the high definition and all that stuff, you got to upgrade your knowledge. You got to upgrade your consciousness. You got to upgrade, how you interact and live in the universe or the multiverse. So that says that there are different versions of our reality. That if you want to get up to the top level of the manifestation portal or manifesting of this reality, you have to upgrade your what? Your inner thoughts, your inner dialogue. So if you want to bring things into your life, you have to already have those things in your life. And what that means, I know this may sound confusing, because you may be saying, well, that's the whole point. I'm bringing it in because I don't have it. That's why I want to bring it in. Well, no, that's not how the universe works. You see, the universe is a self-replicating machine. It's what we call a self-correcting code. So the universe works ahead of you and I. So as far as the universe is concerned, all of everything is already finished and done. The creative process is a done deal. So we're living backwards according to the universe. So you have to live forward according to the universe. Now, forward doesn't mean anything to do with time. That's linearity. Forward means your thinking and your state of being. It means that the thing that you want or desire, and the key word, another thing about the universe, I'm using the word want here because it's easy to make sense to you guys. But we really have to stay away from the words like want and need, because their vibrations are creating a sense of lack. So you're more of a desire person. So start using desire. I desire that. It's a more neutral, it's a more open field, and it gets you to more with your subconscious. Now, the thing is that when you desire something and then you think from it, not of it. In other words, you feel like you have it already. You're imagining that you're experiencing it already. That's when you upgrade to the next level of the universe. You understand what I'm saying now? Now you move from a slow speed and now you're to a higher bandwidth to manifest what you want. Because, you know, manifestation and creating everything, it's about different levels of knowledge. It's about different levels of awareness. It's just about, that's how it works. You know, when you have the knowledge and then you can use it, that's called power. Knowledge alone isn't power. Knowledge with the ability to implement it is power. So you got to get that right. Just because you know it, and you can't, if you know it, great, but that's not going to do anything. Now, if you know it and you can do what you know, then you have true power. That's how it works here. Yes, applied knowledge is power. Knowledge itself doesn't mean anything. So now, when you get to that level now, that's where the universe now will be magnetic towards you now. Because now you're on a different network. You're networking with the universe. You have the flow state going, and now your energy is towards the things you desire, and the things that you desire will just start showing up like magically in your life. It's crazy how this happens. And it's actually not crazy how it happens, because if you understand physics and the laws, you know, I mean, I told you guys, like, the physical and the non-physical, they are one and the same. Okay, physical reality and non-physical reality are the same. They just exist on different environments. It's just the environment that they're in that will create that type of frequency or atmosphere. See how it works? So the secret for you guys is to understand the inner workings of the field. Now, inside of you, you have what's called energy, right? Inside of your heart, you have. Yeah, bro. Here you go. Right. So once you do that, it's like every time I start doing a video, these guys come around. But you know what? I don't have a problem with doing that stuff, helping these people out here. All right, man. So you see how it works?
Hey, thanks, man.
All right, man.
Appreciate it. Have a good day. Oh, got you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So once you can tune your frequency to your desire, that's when it comes in. Mark, I want to choose your school or the manifesting group. Can you tell me the difference? A big difference. The school is more interactive. It's just more things you can learn and do. You get a Zoom call every day. Every week. So definitely school, you learn more things I can put in there. You guys are understanding how this stuff works now? Alright, so let me paint a picture. I'm gonna paint a picture for you. So here's a picture. Here's how it works. Alright. So where we live, we call it space and earth, right? Inside of space and earth, we have a reality, we have our lives, right? And in our lives, it's governed by what? Our conscious and our subconscious mind. So we have navigators on this field with us. One of them is to help us to make decisions to protect us. The other one controls the things that we can't control ourselves, you know, like our heart rate, our breathing, our metabolic. The subconscious, however, is infinite. It has infinite knowledge and understanding of the field. The conscious mind lacks that. So while we're in this field or the space right here, even the space and the time and all that stuff, when you look up in the stars and you see the sky, that's a rendering from you. You're rendering that. So you're here in a sphere, and you're generating a rendering through your inner thoughts and your feelings and your emotions, and all of these are taking place in the moment. Not only you're giving out these feelings, thoughts, and emotions, but what else is happening? These feelings, thoughts, and emotions are also interacting with an invisible force that you're not aware of, and that invisible force is what real reality is made of. Now, in this invisible force, or in this invisible field out there, whatever imagination you project, it splits off and create another world where you are actually existing and doing the same thing or doing the opposite thing. And this continuous cycle continues forever, ever, 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 ever. It doesn't stop. Now, the issue is you're only one experiencing an infinite field. You cannot be the infinite experiencing the one. So what happens is you're the one experiencing a part of the infinite, if that makes sense. In other words, everything is happening, you're everywhere all at once, but the way you're living, the way where you're at right now, you can only tune in to one perspective or one perception at a time. So because now your perception and you're seeing the world the way it is, and you see the world the way it is through your inner thoughts, your beliefs, your family, your friends, and that gives you what we call a map of reality. A map of reality, just like what it sounds like, a map where you see where you're going or where you're looking at, but it's a map of your reality, your unique reality. So what happens now, your heart generates electromagnetic energy out to the field. The field picks up your heart rate, picks up your energy in the form of the electrons, protons, neutrons. And what happens is when this field picks it up and it deciphers it first as information. This information now gets sent to the unconscious. The unconscious descrambles information and makes information into what you see as physical matter, physical experiences, people, places, things of that sort. So if it comes back to you, the point of the whole matter of this stuff is that you are internally generating your world. So if you want to change the world around you, you internally change your frequency, the way you think, the way you feel. And the secret mode and the model for everyone, if you want to attract and get whatever you want, it is to act from the state of being what you want or desire. So how does that look? Well, it's a simple process. Here's, I'll give you a simple example. I'll use a car. If one of your desires is to get a new car or to have a car, and you currently don't have a car, what you would do is you would start to act from the perspective that you already have a car. So what, Mark, what's something? Well, you can feel, you can generate a feeling like, okay, let me think about this car. So if I had this car, how would I feel? Feeling comes in. Oh, okay, I didn't know it was that easy. Okay, what else can I do? What if I put an image or imagination in my mind of me driving the car? Feeling, that's like the next thing. Okay, what if I take a physical picture and look at the, wow, okay, Mark, I didn't know this was easy. Okay, what else can I do? Why don't I go down? If I could go down to the car lot and look at the car physically, perfect. Okay, I can't reach it physically. Let me look at it on the internet. Voila. You are acting on the field. So what happens now is that when you're doing all of this, your unconscious mind is like this, looking and observing. And when your unconscious mind looks and observes, it says, oh, so that car, that feeling, and that information you're presenting to me, I take that as a physical experience. So my job, I have to go out and prove it to you. That's what your subconscious is saying. That's what it does. That's what it's programmed to do. It says, so okay, so let me go. Why don't you just sit back now, because you just told me what you want or desire. So let me go out and find the easiest, effortless way to get you what you want. I mean, that's it. That's how it works in a nutshell. And your job during the process is to stay in the present and to stay confident, to not doubt, and more importantly, to monitor and deter your smart mind, because your smart mind will put a lot of hate on you. It will tell you things like, well, you can't do this because you don't have enough money. You can't do this, you don't have enough connection. This is not going to work because da-da-da. Well, you have to be the smart. You got to be the smart one of your own smart mind. So remember the laws of the universe state this. This is what it says. It says 97% of reality is non-physical. 3% of reality is perceived physical. I'll make it simple. All of reality is 100% non-physical. The 3% you see is a leakage from the 100%. So in other words, the invisible has leaked some of the information to us, and our brains pick it up as visible. So there is a hole in reality, and some of it is leaking out, and then we're catching the drops. We're not even in the whole field of information. See how that works? Once you understand that, once you apply that, that's when the game changes and shifts for you. So there you go, guys. Things that you can learn, understand, and implement. And with that being said, see you guys again next time.